Greetings, sisters and brothers of Local 2627. Today is Monday, the 26th of September. And first of all, let me hope everybody who's having a holiday that's getting ready to come up have a wonderful holiday. And now let's go into some business. Uh, Human resources, you cannot expect them to do everything they're supposed to do. Some agencies, some departments have a great human resources department, others don't. If you have things that have to do with your beneficiaries or with your benefits or with your pension, you need to go directly to the source. Do not expect human resources to give you the information that you need. You need to go directly to the people. You don't need human resources to be the middleman. This stuff is important, and in most cases, I would do things face to face. I would not talk to anyone on the phone about these type of issues. In addition to that, always make sure you have a number and a name of who you're talking to, so that if you have to hold somebody accountable for giving you the wrong information or just being generally rude to you, you need to be able to hold somebody accountable, so you need a name or something like that. And generally you will find out that people treat you different when they know that you know who they are. Now, we've had members that was talking about Facebook. Now, personally, myself, I'm not on Facebook, and Mike Lanny, I understand he's not on Facebook either. If you're really computer savvy, you know Facebook can cause you problems. You need to be very careful, because anybody can say whatever they want to say about you. In fact, we've had a case where somebody mentioned this to us today, where somebody impersonated them, said that they were so and so and so and so, and they actually weren't. I mean, you can have all types of little problems going on with this, so you have to be very careful about these Facebook accounts. At one time, they wanted people had recommended the local have a Facebook account. Besides the maintenance problem with it, who's going to maintain it? I mean, there's so many little things that people can do to you and say to you that are negative. So, I mean, being IT people, we should always think about that. Yeah, it's a fad, but hey, think about it before you make the decision. And since we're talking about that type of thing, let me tell you something that I see all the time. I see people walking around the street with their ID tags, with who they work for, hanging on their clothes, even when they're on the subway. Now, having someone's name in this day and age is enough. With just the name, you can go and Google and find out any information you want to find out. Now there may be some information that you can't get because you can't really narrow it down, but in most cases, the name is enough. But when you have your ID on, not only do they have your name, but they have who you work for. So now they've narrowed it down to who you actually are. They can find out where you live. They can find out how many family members you have. They can actually stalk you or your family members. If you're a person who walks around with their ID card in plain view when you're not in your building at your place of work all the time, you might want to reconsider this. If you are a person, especially if you're paranoid about social security numbers, think about how much having your ID and everything, that's taking it to the next level. Because I know for a fact, I can take my iPhone out, and with just looking at your ID and your name, I can find out if I can get a picture of your house on Google Maps. So think about that. I mean, we're IT people. Be very careful. Telecom exam. Filing period November the 2nd. We don't know what the details are yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get a copy of it the day of the filing period, so we know what we have to look for if we need to throw you a preparatory exam or whatnot. In the meantime, we have scanned in the Telecom Titles, Telecom Associate Data and Voice, and Telecom Specialist. The Telecom Specialist covers both voice and data. We have the full title descriptions if you want to start looking at them now and deciding where you best fit, to get familiar with it, so you can start making your little bullets on your little resume, or I'd say little resume, on your resume, so that you be prepared for this exam when it comes out. I also scanned in a copy of the salaries for the telecom titles. If you're interested, if you'd like to see this information, give us a call. Better yet, you might be able to email us. Email us, and in the title put telecom specs. I'm saying the title, but in the subject put telecom specs, and we will reply with the copies of the telecom specs attached. We want you to be prepared, and we're trying to do whatever we can do to find out what information we can. Right now, like I'm saying, information is we're not privy to the information, but as soon as we find it out, we will give you the information on the exam. But in the meantime, you might want to get prepared to find out what they're actually asking for in this exam for this title. Good and Welfare, one of our brothers at HRA, a longtime brother, I may say so too, Dennis Harney. He's out sick. He's ill. We sent him a good and welfare. And until next week, this is Robert Ajay. Have a good week and have a good holiday.